Hey, how's it going? What are we going to look at? We're going to look at this year's release of the highly acclaimed KBS, a flavored stout, weighing in at 12%. Everything flavored, blah, 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 blah. An ale brewed with chocolate, coffee, aged in oak barrels. Bourbon oak barrels. And I'm going to open it up with 80%er. Again, this would be something that would really confuse the TSA, because they're just some of the smartest people on the planet. You know that more people were shot by TSA employees than NRA members last year? True that. Okay, it's dark. There's no need to do a light test on it, but I'm gonna anyway, because A, I like the light, and B, I like what this glass does. See, we'll just go straight on to the... How's that for the shits, huh? Now you just gotta, put a little light down here at the bottom, just so that when you're drinking in the dark, you can impress your friends. I was thinking about doing this review with my pants off, but I don't know. The commando count, really. It smells like all that shit I just said. Cheers. A little bit of a bitterness to it. I mean, it's not a Russian Imperial Stout or anything like that, but I don't know if my taste buds are just in catch-up mode or what, but as in moving from here to here, not as in the red liquid made out of tomatoes. Speaking of some fine fruit, right on the tree, baby. Okay. Late on the Hazy O was Rich Huff saying cheers clubbers, maybe, and Harmarsh saying cheers clubbers. Now first was Smile Money on Fresh Coast Pale Ale. I know this is going to come as a shock to a bunch of you. Cobra says fast draw smiles. Smile says finger speed takes years to develop. Yeah. And Cobra says, I'm still working on my wrist action. Yeah. Yeah, what Smile Money has is he has a few meese. He's got some meese with weighted pressure buttons, and he's got like 3 of them set up, and he just, works his way. Cobra, second. Cobra, sounds like your mailman is like the one in that old movie Funny Farm. The guy was so liquored up by the time he hit Chevy Chase's farmhouse, he would just toss the mail out of his truck and drive off. Laugh out loud. Joey says, love that movie. Cobra says, it's a classic. Well, as it stands, NIHAP sent the package back in July, and the tracking says that there was an incident with an animal. What? Was it a rabid squirrel, USPS douchebag? Matt doesn't have a dog. Michelle doesn't have a dog. Mike has a borrowed dog, which never is in the front yard. And at the time that my mail is delivered, Mike is at work, so Schwags is in the house. There's a dog across the street. Yeah, that is the bullshit listing in the tracking for it. That there's an incident with an animal. You know, personally speaking, and then we're gonna move on. Since I know some of you are gonna go, wow, are you surprised, Eric? Since I reported the issue, he has not left a single package in my porch. It's okay. I can wait him out. I'm betting he dies before I do. Gun Wild, third biatches. How you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? Rich Huff, cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Poco, first tenth. Smile Money, perfect decorating. Thank you. Huh. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's clearly classes the place up. And I can say, welcome, thank you too, so nice of you. I guess Smile Money, I'm going with so nice of you. Smile Money, A1C is supposed to represent a 90-day average. 5.2 is excellent if that was an accurate test. Well, the next day it was 5.3. And for what I paid for that meter, which, like I said, you get 5 tests, so 90 days. Yeah, I could have bought. I'd probably be able to buy the company's Smile Money. I want to say it was like $50 for that meter, and I mean, again, you test. It gives you 5 tests, and then you shit can it. Maybe it was 35. I know it was 35 or more. Poco Loco, did you listen to that song? They are a pirate metal band from Scotland. Try this one. Okay, Google, play "Hangover" by Hailstorm. You know that group. You know that thing.
Playing Hailstorm on Spotify.
How'd you fall way down there? Not sure. Did she say Hailstorm or Hailstorm? Okay, Google. Play Hangover. Okay, hey, Google. Hey, Google. Google. Eye contact. Hey, Google. Turn that music off. It's not the right stuff. Poco, I don't know, something's wrong. My internet's like really laggy right now. Poco Loco, no one can tell you who your friends are or not. I'm sorry, Eric, but speaking for a beer crew, you can't be friends with Chuck. So it is said so. It is written. Yeah, I'm done. I don't need the fucking aggravation of somebody with constant insults. I mean, that's the best you have? You know, end of days, douchebaggery, done talking. Done. No. If you leave a comment, I'm not going to mention any names. Moving forward, dead to me. Mr. 27, 16th. Mr. 27, intro, Joey Brubomi. Mr. 27, intro babe nice. Mr. 27, brew babe. Indian snake charmer. Clyde, in the compound with Clyde. You know shit. 7th, whiskey and revolution for all. whiskey. Hey, out of curiosity, it's gonna be a pop quiz. The winner gets Brad's Corvette. Can you pick out any discerning theme right now? I don't know, it's kind of difficult. I'll wait. Whiskey. What am I in the mood for today? How about a little Jameson? No, just kidding. How about... Nope. Has an E. What's this one? Nope. Has an E. You know, I'll go with the Glengloney. Unhurried since 1833. Highland Single Malt Scotch Whiskey. The Legacy Series, Chapter 1, bottled in 2019. Unchill filtered. Of course, I just read all that. And, oh, yeah, okay. It doesn't have an E. You know it's going to be damn good when it's got one of these, right? Okay, hang on that for a second. One Sky. I'm not going to argue with JR10 about fruit. What I'm going to tell you is that the fructose is processed by the liver and stored there as glycogen and released as glucose into the blood system. And oh, almost got it. I'm infected. And you will end up with too much blood sugar if you are diabetic or insulin resistant. So you need to watch what kind of fruit, how much, and how often you are eating and drinking as fruit juice. Eric has a fairly good A1C, if you can trust the test. His feet issues may be work-related, but I'm no doctor. Be well and stay safe, everyone. One Sky, got one thing to say to you. Remember your first. JR10, just a thought here. When you mentioned your next upcoming meatloaf and Satan sauce, start with a good, scratch that, great foundation and grinding your own beef. Yeah, I just watched I watched a video where I'll go with a oh hell yeah. If you have a KitchenAid stand mixer, which Christine does because I got it for her, you can order an inexpensive meat grinder attachment off of Amazon. If you don't want to mess with it, have your butcher do it for you. I think I'd rather have the tool. You will never go back to regular ground beef. My personal blend is a ribeye, tri-tip, and a pork belly. Grind them each, mix them all together with your seasoning, and put the mix through the grinder for a second time. Oh, excuse me. That's some good shit right there. Oh god, that sounds good in its raw form. A little tartar, anyone? Harm, thank you, JR10. I will have to look for that inexpensive grinder on Amazon. Armarsh, hey, it's Brew Bomi. Tribini? Steven? Still think you should play the cooch shaving video in the background. I mean, some of us need an education. Sharky sub comment. Yeah, agreed. The last few coochies I got to shave. I totally messed up with a little landing strip because my nose was too close to dessert. Had too much. God. Oh, speaking of coochies in the background, I might as well. For the Cobra was actually sent me a message about this. YouTube has spent the last day and a half notifying me of all of the videos that they are moving to being age restricted. There was one on Ebomi, and I think it was called All About Ass, or All About, yeah, I know, it was a promo that has some pretty fine booty in it. And now over here, they didn't even send me an email that said we're gonna age restrict this one. I have now received 3 emails that just were blanket ones that said, yeah, we're gonna have to age restrict a whole bunch of your stuff. You know what, YouTube, I don't give a flying fuck what you do. For me, the brew review, and I had this conversation with Jay over at Elite Ammunition, because he said if anything goes bad over here, that we would put a site together and he would host the brew reviews so that I could just upload these to an independent site. I don't know how you guys, I suppose I could put a video on the Ebomi channel just announcing that the brew channel has been moved. I mean, we've already had this conversation. Why do I not give a shit what I show, what I talk about, and what I say? Is YouTube is getting rid of people like me anyway. They are, like, look at Styx. Styx does more videos for, like, Rumble and BitChute. He puts 2 on YouTube, but then he has more that go on other sites, because he's just basically saying, screw you. He is smart. He is slowly migrating his viewers away from YouTube, because you can all see the writing on the wall. John Solar has an in at ScrewTube, and has been for over a year has been saying, if you don't do these things by cleaning up your channel and moving things around and following, dotting all the I's and crossing those T's, you're going to be amongst the first of the channels gone. And if you want to play along and whatever, you know, I just know that, you know, this channel, which this is really weird, this channel never lost its monetization. The Ebomi channel didn't have monetization, then it did have monetization, then it didn't have monetization, then it did, then it didn't, and then John has a program that is able to look at each video, and it basically breaks it all down, and it tells him exactly what's wrong, what needs to be fixed, how it needs to be fixed. And yeah, I deleted a shitload of videos off of the Ebomi channel, because any one where I spent, it could have been as simple. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. Which one of these do I know is not loaded for sure? If I was to go, hey guys, you know, anybody that has no idea how to remove take an M&P apart, you just lock it back like this, and you flip this little lever down right here, and then you pull the trigger, and you can take the slide off. And if you are going to be cleaning it or whatever, you take this thingy, whatchamajiggy, out of here, and then you take this whatchamaflunky thing out of here. And now if you want to put it all back together, you take this penis-looking thing, and you go, we got full penetration. But then, if you know, mom and dad are coming home, then you can put the non-penetration device in place right here, and then just flip this little lever like that, and then when you pull back, you're all back together. That that has actually got people their channel deleted. Because if nothing else, you won't get I would not get monetized. They would review this video and go, "Oh no, no, no! Oh my God! Oh my God! You showed somebody how to properly maintain a firearm." Because we're YouTube. We would rather nobody could find these videos, and then they did something wrong and it blew up in their fucking face and they died. Because we're YouTube. We know better than you. Hey, if it wasn't for YouTube and showing how to do things with firearms, because I had one at the time, and I wish I would have never ever gotten rid of it. I had one of those silly ass Ruger Mark Series pistols, and of course, me being me, I put a Leopold stainless long eye relief scope on my Hunter with the fluted barrel, and it was probably the finest 22, and God damn, I'm an idiot. But that was one of those guns where there was even several videos, but whatever Pete did different, and I don't even know what it was, Pete's video was the only video that I could ever watch and get that damn thing back together. Take it apart. I bet you the Ruger Mark Series is the #1 gun that somebody walks into a gunsmith with that thing in a baggie or a box. Yeah, so yeah, YouTube in their infinite wisdom, it's what their goal is that this will just be a children's network. So I'm on short time, and I really don't care. And again, a brew review, get serious. Get frickin' serious. If the brew review is more than 4 days old, I wouldn't even give a shit if it self-deleted itself. I told Jay when he moves, if we come to that day where when the day comes and we move over, just so that I still have somewhere to upload these. I mean, it'll probably be one of those deals where 5 of you at best will follow over. Of course, then again, there's usually between 120 and 140 views in the first like 2 days, which makes it in record territory compared to a Battle Box video. Hey, in the Crate Club, a lot of fucking effort going in on that. As of right now, it's in a 3-way race. The Crate Club, the $400 Crate Club, is either going to Clyde, it's going to Cat, or it's going to Hempseed Addict. My long distance babe. That's it. 3 entries. I actually thought about having that thing just go up for a week, but I know it'd be like this, and I thought maybe I could just, whatever. I mean, so to do a video, Clyde demonstrated that you can basically take about 2 minutes, because that's all I'm asking. 2 minutes or less. I mean, I set 2 minutes as the length as the longest. The longest it needs to be. But I left it out there for a month. I don't give a shit. But like I said, as of right now, it's just the algorithms and whatever they did over to the Ebomi channel. I obviously pissed someone off quite a long time ago, because I've watched channels that I mean, more power to them. I mean, I'm capitalism. I'm all for shit like that. But it's like, give me a fucking break. When I watch a channel with 35 subs end with over 500,000 subs, and I have not gone past the 22,000, and it's going on like 4 years or something like that. It's just nothing. I mean, any other channel can put up a video. I've seen channels with over 100,000 subscribers, and they had 3 videos, and they hadn't done a recent one in like, I don't know, the last 2 years or something. But you keep going back, and that number keeps growing. They're not putting up new videos, but their subscriber numbers, come on, fucking cameras. Sorry, I'm pissy today, Tardisius. So I apologize right now. And meanwhile, back in the Hall of Justice, I what? That's not good. I don't know if that's public information, so I unfortunately I won't say anything as of right now. But let me put this thing in. Sleepy bye. Marsh, that thumbnail was pulled. Has zero nudity. ScrewTube needs to reevaluate their standards on nudity. Well, yeah, YouTube needs to reevaluate a lot of things, says Sharky. Yeah, yet, you know, we can go watch videos on how to shave a coochie. Matt, wow. Catch a cold and no one knows you anymore. Laugh out loud. Matt, E5. E5 is a miss. Matt, it's all about staying at a therapeutic level. Oh yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Joey? Yeah, buddy. Brad? How you doing? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother Brad. Smiley, can you tell me... Can't tell me who my friends are. Chuck is the best. That said, my advice was for you long ago was to block him and stop talking about him. Back when you both had dueling videos was hilarious. Oh, by the way, you're the best also. So, that's great. What is the deal with the frickin' phone today? Holy shnikes. That's not a Sigma. It's not a Sigma. That is the beautiful SD9. You know, I'd carry this. I don't know what he's... Need some whiskey. I need some whiskey, Clyde. Jules, thanks for making this happen. I'm gonna have one of these. Then I'm going to go lay in the backyard in a kiddie pool, naked, making angels. Yeah, Sharky, before you make your way over here, I gotta improve the kitchen scenario down here. You know, it's actually not too far off. I mean, I have a 2-burner stove sitting right there. I have my single burner that I bought just for the walk and bugging out and emergency. It's the one that runs on the butane, you know, Aquanet bottles. And I purchased a case of them. And I can usually make, you know, I watched a video and there's a lady that got quite a bit of use out of them. I think NIHAP sent me the link, but realistically, I can make mushrooms twice on a can, but you got to keep in mind that my mushrooms are running on some pretty. I mean, this thing really gets hot. I mean, I have not had a scenario where I've used full heat on this thing, but still, it's ripping pretty good for like maybe the first 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and then when I get things rolling, then I kind of drop the heat down and let it go like that for almost an hour. So I know when I go to a restaurant and order mushrooms, I'm always disappointed because I don't think there's very many restaurants that dedicate the amount of time that I do to mushrooms. You just gotta, again, remember the first time Christine's like, well, your sister wants you to make mushrooms. I go, okay. So how many people are going to be here? There's going to be 10? Ooh, okay. And come back from the grocery store, and it was like, like a plastic grocery bag filled with those little, what are they, like 5-inch by 5-inch trays filled with mushrooms. And she's like, holy shit! Hey, stick around for the next hour and watch this. The wok, there was so many mushrooms in it that if you moved it wrong, the mushroom would just roll off and land on the counter. So I mean, I had to get it going, and instead of leaving a lot of bigger pieces, I try on the smaller mushrooms. I'll just do a whole mushroom, or at best I'll cut a mushroom in half, because by the time they are done boiling down, you've gone. I mean, went from I have a pretty big wok. She said, Cobra, and by the time it was all done, it had gone from a mound, and I like me a good mound, Sharky, with that landing strip, so you can just get right in there. And by the time they were done cooking, it was more like, like Chris was like, wow, that's like that shit just like goes away. Yeah. My math is, if you are just gonna try some mushrooms, that's one thing. But if I know, like my sister is an avid mushroom lover, Samantha is, Lily was, probably still is, and me, I'll eat my body weight in mushrooms. The math is those trays. It's 2 of those trays per person. So there's more useless shit you don't care about. EMT Railfan. There is no such thing as health care anymore. The only thing they care about is money. Yes. EMT Railfan, you are so right. Mr. Mark Mac 85 is just like waiting around for a frickin' rant to start. It is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I get nothing on the dollar anymore for healthcare. Just, it's bullshit. It's like walk in and they go, yeah, you got a little bit of elevated heart rate, maybe cut back a little bit on the salt, and it'd be nice if he lost a few pounds, get some exercise in, and eat good, and blah, blah, blah. At work, make sure that you're staying hydrated, and let me $1,000. That's what you owe me for this. And then the dumbest of the dumb want socialized health care. Well, a system like Canada. I always hear this. They only seem to hear about or know about or talk about the best parts of socialized medicine. Oh, a friend of mine lives in Canada, and they go in, and for very little money, they get all of their health care, and there's like little to no pays or co-pays or any of that. Yeah. Well, On the other hand, it's like you've just flew over the handlebars of your snowmobile, and you know for a frickin' fact, because your arm now looks like a lightning bolt, that it's frickin' broken. And I can talk about this, and fact checkers can eat a dick, because this was Christine's family. Broken arm. Had to wait to get in for the initial. I'm not even kidding you. Just like, I don't know, like demobilize it. Do what you can at home. By the time any of these clusterfucks had looked at this thing, it was already healing wrong, because nobody in the medical world had, wasn't set, wasn't in a cast, and it literally took months to get in to see somebody. So yeah, that beautiful socialized medicine is frickin' awesome. Please. I can either have socialized medicine, or we could see how far we can get a cactus up my ass. Desert, anybody? Wade, I remember when I was a manager for RPM Pizza, Domino's largest franchise. My insurance was part of my benefits, and it cost me nothing, and even covered my family for free. I was part of the specialty team. Wade, been there, done that. I've worked for several private owners. I have worked for the corporation, and the medical coverage, I remember never worrying about anything. There was no co-pays. It covered my family. And here we are now. If I actually told you how much Christine pays for me and her to be insured through the piece of shit company that she works for. And it only gets better, but I probably shouldn't go there. Show us your papers. You know where this is going. And then the road divides, and it's time to go through a different door. The amount of money that, she agrees, she's basically purchasing healthcare through her provider. The amount of money that is taken every single month in compared to the services offered, they should be arrested for rape. Healthcare system. Yeah. Every time a Republican's in there, they talk about how it's all their fault because of where we are. No, we are where we are because of the Libtard Democrats. I remember the one time that my daughter said I could probably get my point across more if I somehow tried to drive down the middle of the road. No, if you're a Democrat, you're the problem. You're a libtard. Like the shirt says, liberalism is a mental disorder. I still, to this moment in time, shake my head, and anybody that opposes Trump, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't base my comments on, that somehow I'm in love with Donald Trump and the Trump family. But I am pretty keen on the fact that everything that was going down, America first. Again, you libtard Democrats, you have a problem with America first? Oh, we should be towelhead first, or Mexican illegal immigrant first. Fuck those Americans who, oh God, they're just privileged. Just because you're born here doesn't make it automatic that you should get good shit. We gave all that to the people that snuck over the fucking border. Again, I have no problems staying behind this. If you vote Democrat, you are the problem. You don't use your brain. You've done zero research. Orange man bad. Oh yeah, it was such a pisser when gas was I know for a fact somewhere in here gas was like less. I know I paid less than $2 a gallon. At least that's my memory. Could be the Mandela effect. Look for that on Christine's show. The fact is you had a man who understood business better than anybody, and I know that even some of you retarded Democrat libtard fuckstains, you have a lot to blame. Mainly you, because you're unwilling to educate yourself. Mario, thank you. Those are Mario's copyrighted words. So you're so busy being manipulated, just like the black community. You're so busy getting manipulated that you want to believe the bullshit that you're seeing in the media and in the press. Meanwhile, you have a man, and like I've constantly said, Trump gave up a life of luxury to help our country. Biden gave up our country for a life of luxury. And if you're so stupid that you can't even see that, it's like, oh, the first thing he does is cancel. So under Biden, in less than a few fucking seconds in office, we were no longer energy dependent. Prices go through the roof. I'm sure you're enjoying paying twice as much for fuel. And yet you post that. I mean, I could post a picture of when Trump was in office and now with Biden, and somehow I would get my thing would be like removed because the fact checkers. Well, the fact checkers, you can go eat a dick. The fact is that gas prices, I didn't have any issues buying a V8 pickup truck because I was spending less to put gas in the Dodge than I was to put gas in the Toyota under Obama. Cared about our country. Wanted to make sure that if you were here, that you were here legally. I know this is a big issue with you retarded sack of shit Democrats. You know, people like me don't want to stop people from coming to this country. But why don't you do it the way the cool people do? Jerry, Eltenda, the crazy Scotsman, people that are honored to be here. People that know more. I think those three guys all know more about our history than even I do. Let alone some fucking douchebag millennial that's, oh, let's burn a flag. An orange man bad. Yeah, why don't we burn you? The biggest problem is education. We have lost the education, and that was part of the Lewinsky plan. You get control of the media, you get control of the education system, and you have control of sheep. And here we are. We're about to attempt to force people to go back to Mass. Well, if you own a business and you are in Duluth or Superior and you expect me to wear a mask, then expect me to spend my money someplace else. Because I won't wear a mask. I didn't the last time. I'm certainly not the second time. Oh, it's like, oh, yeah, all those sheep. Oh, we showed all those sheep. Let's do it again. Hey, has anybody seen the video from Rand Paul, who YouTube removed a video that was all based in facts? You know, wake up, people. start to see what's actually going down. I realize I'm speaking, unless some troll, douchebag, liberal retard that doesn't have the ability to think for more than 5 seconds without CNN telling you exactly how to think. Orange man bad. Those gas prices were, we were energy dependent, and why is it that I'm supposed to Again, anybody that would have voted for Biden, have you yet been able to pull your head out of your own ass? You were conned. The small amount of you that actually voted for him, because the majority of the real patriots, the real Americans, we voted for Trump. And those numbers are there, and more proof is coming in. And I just wish that all the people that say, like Jerry, that say, wait until this date, you'll see. Evil always seems to win. In my reality, evil always seems to win. But it would sure be nice. I would love to see Bill Clinton die of a heart attack and Hillary Clinton mysteriously go down in an airplane incident like so many of their friends. What are the odds of that? Maybe they'll find her body and she'll have 3 self-inflicted gunshots. Think about that for a second. I wish all these people would get karma. Sharky? No, not Sharky. Shark. JP reporting in for the Shark ZF6 channel. He says Rick Astley, asshole, ass something. 1987, great video. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get a copyright for that. It is a classic, and that was a YouTube answer, and I'm going with it. Followed by Sharky, vintage rifles and a banana in a park. Let the show begin. Sharky, the review, 720 again. Last 2 were at 1080. The software is set for 1080, unless someone is hacking into my computer and changing it. Every video I upload is 1080. Question is it you doing things different or screw-tubery? Yeah, not me. Sharky, you should have a full kitchen in the basement. That way I can cook and still watch a brew review live when I get over there. I look at some one-pan dishes we can cook in a wok or a similar on the little gas cooker of yours. That would be right here. No, you don't stand there and watch a brew review. You are right here cooking like my little kitchen bitch. He's working for his ammo and guns. See, this is all Photoshop. What kind of fucking idiot would have this many Smith & Wessons? Smith & Wessons aren't even all that cool. Speaking of cool, Sharky, I'm just going to give you three quickies right off the bat. The classic Model 59. Oh my God. I've showed you this. This thing is, unfortunately, it still has the stupid switch in it. But it's just these old ones, for what they are, they just impress the shit out of me. It's like right up to that wall, and it fires. Unfortunately, because it has the stupid switch in it. The reset on this is like and I have not put a round through this yet. That's one, Sharky. Right now I can only show you 3. I'm immediately drawn to this little guy. Yeah, Sharky. Any questions? Smith & Wesson Chief Special right down to even that. Does that even look familiar? This thing is just freaking badass. And if Christine wasn't so over her goddamn Model 10, this is the kind of shit that she would appreciate. See, her Model 10 was very cool. This is so much cooler because there is so little to be known about this, because there's not very many of them. Okay, that's two, Sharky. Now I'm only allowed to show you one more. One more if we were to talk about... Well, on this table right now, in Ben, Minnesota shooter, who is at the shoot every single year, has one of these. Well, there was. It's probably gone by now. One of these for sale for under $500. J-Dog. And of course, I don't even know why I say J-Dog, because I'd rather add it to the collection personally, but I don't know if Ben still has it. It was, he said that it was in exceptional shape. Hey, did I ever mention that a while back I found this beat to shit, ugly, I don't remember what it's, Model 6 something. I don't even know. Why does this thing keep going off yet I have nothing, you know, I'm not even sure. I may, oh, Tardisi has a new video up. It was up at 4 o'clock, so that was an hour ago. I might be switching phones back to the Pixel. I wish my Pixel had this big of a display, but I think the Google Pixel is a much better built phone than the Samsung. Sharky, hashtag Alice33 stands for the 33rd ATF Biden spelling points she's wearing on her slim and yummy frame. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's... yeah. If you have more than 3 points, we're gonna come for you. Oh yeah? Let me hold my breath on that, bitch. Sharky, H2, Vulture, the Vulture is in the air. H2 is a miss. Oh, that hurts. It's only one direction to go. Sharky, your knife. Oh, your knife. Have another drink, Eric. Okay, I think I will. Your Kimber is hot. Her and I will need some alone time. Granted. Sharky, SH, intro babe, was a cutie pie. Gunwild, maybe the Glock knife is supposed to go with the bug-out bag giveaway. Well, that would be a logical assumption, Gunwild. 5.2, really good for an A1C. I'm a type 1 diabetic. My doctor says as long as I'm under 7.0, all is good. I normally am around 6.4. Gunwild, H4. H4 is a miss, and it had already been called. Gunwild, isn't getting old fun? Not really. Smile Money's right, though. It does beat the alternative. Clyde, I3. I3 is a hit. Well, you know what it's not. Gunwild. I replaced my plastic mainspring housing with a metal one too. Plastic on a 1911 just isn't right. Yeah, Kimber should have known. I mean, a custom ordered limited release for mine. His is still an awesome firearm. I'd love to have the gun or the 1911 Kimber that Gunwild has, and yet they should never show up with a plastic mainspring housing. Gillian, how you doing? Cheers. Cheers, Mike. Mike again. I'm a type 2 diabetic and I drink more than I should. I just watch what I eat and I take my pills to keep it under control. Keep it under control. Didn't scourge. What about the time Matt went on a river raid camping trip, a River Rapids camping trip with the Banjo Kid, and the yokel townsfolk all being mesmerized by how he really worked that pretty city boy mouth. Oh my God. Oh, and here we are at the last comment. It would have been a short brew review if it wasn't for Eric Renting. Smile Money. Stop it with the life is short rants. I know it is. Yet I watch an hour-and-a-half long brew review 4 or 5 times a week. I just really don't like working on world peace or ending world hunger. Does that make me a bad person? Fuck world peace and world hunger. Let them fend for themselves. Thank you, Smile Money, for another rant. Why is America responsible for other fucking countries? And then we're going to hand out $1 zillion to Zimbabwe when our own veterans are laying in a street someplace where we have a hungry kid that hasn't been fed. Hey, take care of America first. Just like with most scenarios, they put themselves where they are. They're not really going to take care of themselves because, first of all, socialism and handouts and babying someone, you're never going to help them. Even if you have a really good friend isn't going to give you a hand out. They're going to give you a hand up. Okay, well, I don't know. It's like everywhere I look, there seems to be bottles of KBS. I don't know what they did different. My taste for this isn't changing. This KBS kind of sucks, to be honest. Maybe 12% by volume, but it's reminding me a lot of a Russian Imperial Stout. It's fairly dry. It's fairly bitter. I remember some of them actually being really. I mean, maybe it's got to stick with the CBS. I don't know. Do I still have one of those waiting around for? No, I don't. Well, either way, the only reason that I'm gonna possibly give this an 8 is because it's 12%. Otherwise, extremely disappointed. Let's go to the club and touch tips. And there's only 4 of you in here, so it's gonna be a short one. Mr. 27, Brew Club Bitches. Yeah, I'm kind of fighting just getting through this. Smile Money, the brew review is on. Cheers. Rich Huff, cheers, Clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Mr. 27, 5 tests on the Conrana. Okay, that's it. Unless I really get on one early, or even if I do one at all, I don't know. Locked and Loaded tomorrow is just another regardless of what the title is of the show, it's just going to be more fun and fuckery. Plan on, I don't know. Let's talk about the first time that some chick